Okay, here we are. I got Tyler and I got Rainin. We're in the cat house. How's it going, man?
We're on?
Drinking IPAs.
We're live?
We got the peanut gallery at the bar.
We got the peanut gallery.
Taking a fourth mic!
Who's we got no fourth mic.
Are we gone? Is this live?
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, meet your new bus driver.
So you were at a brew house tonight.
Yeah, I was over at Flux Brewing in Scotland earlier.
Yeah.
Isn't that around Oakland?
It's just outside of Oakland, Scotland. I think is the actual address. Flux, those are good guys. I got a show coming up there in January 27th.
I was gonna say do they do shows?
They do stand-up comedy once in a while.
Yeah. You want to know what? We got to cut the music off.
There's a lot going on. I can hear a lot.
Yeah. Hey, Johnny.
No, I know. I've seen that. That's what you're on fucking...
Okay. Anyway.
We're definitely getting copyrighted.
That's fine. Yeah.
That's fine.
Someone's gonna flag this shit for sure.
Yeah.
That's all right.
Everybody drinks. We need their money.
We're going nowhere fast.
So
we've done that for a while.
You are doing a show in Hamilton.
When?
This weekend?
Tomorrow, yeah.
Yeah, good. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm doing a show in Hamilton tomorrow.
Yeah, good.
But this won't come out before then.
Oh no, this definitely won't.
Are we live?
We're not live.
Nothing is actually happening.
We're recording. We're definitely recording.
I'm doing a show in Hamilton tomorrow, though, at Staircase Theater.
When you guys see this, it would have already happened.
It already
most
happened
likely.
December 30th?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
What's your
Raidens my calendar.
I think it's the 29th.
What's your schedule for January like? Like, are you planned that far ahead?
Yeah, I got a few dates. I could look at my calendar.
Yeah.
I got dates. I'm doing stand-up comedy anytime I can. January. I've got Cowbell Comedy at Comedy Bar in Toronto on January 14th. And then I'm on a podcast on January 15th. That doesn't matter. I'm at Flux Brewing in Scotland, Ontario on January 27th.
Mark that. You want to know what? I don't want to interrupt, but mark that one down because we gotta go there. That's local for us.
It's local, yeah. And it's sold out, but I can get you in.
Can you?
Yeah, I'll get you in. And then I got February 24th. I have a show at Forked River Brewing in London, Ontario.
Yeah, well, that's pretty local for us. We could do that.
Yeah, Forked River, and I've been doing shows there like quarterly, and they're fun shows. Yeah. So I try to bring out like my best friends, people I know that are killing it. Last month I brought out Jerry Campbell, who he was nominated for a Juno Award in 2020, like right before the pandemic, for his album Straight White Fail. Great name for an album.
Yeah, that seems pretty legit to me.
Yeah. Jared's my boy.
Yeah. You were just I remember listening to the radio and there was some dude playing St. Thomas, and he was like the Black
Zeus.
Black Zeus.
Black Zeus, my boy.
Yeah, and I just seen you posting something about Black Zeus.
I was on that
show. Radio off.
Black Zeus, so my buddy Black Zeus, I've known Black Zeus, Mike DeMizzi, since I started doing comedy.
Yeah.
I've known Black Zeus for 10 years. We've done hell gigs together.
Really?
I brought him out to Norwich. He did one of my arena shows in Norwich.
One of the Blue Line Room.
Blue Line Room, and we went to
I might have been there
after.
for that one.
He might have been there for that one. But he just recorded his special at the Zoetic Theater in Hamilton. 200-seater. He sold it out. It was a great time.
Nice.
And he was on the radio for that. So I'm like producing that special. So.
Well, I remember I was coming. I forget what I was doing, but I was coming through Cathcart and I heard him on the radio, and he was hilarious.
He's so funny.
Yeah,
He's one of my good dudes, man. We did hell. I used to pick him up when I lived in Otterville, because I used to live in Otterville with Cody there.
Yeah.
And I used to drive to Hamilton. I'd pick up Black Zeus. and a couple other comics, and then we would go to a place called Vape on the Lake in Etobicoke when they used to have all the weed rooms, and before like weed was legal.
Yeah,
they used to have all these weed rooms.
That's
in Toronto.
underground shit.
Oh well, there was a place called the Underground. It was the best weed room you could do. And we would go to these weed rooms. And everyone's high. They're smoking weed. They're blowing clouds of smoke in your face while you're doing comedy. But Zeus and I used to go up all the time. I've known that guy for years. So I just produced his album. It's gonna come out in the spring. But yeah, we just.
It's gonna come out in the spring.
Yeah, it'll come out in a month or two. Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, he's up and comer. He's gonna be huge.
Now, do you even smoke weed?
Every day.
Oh, do you?
I've smoked weed every day since I was like 17, and nobody knows. I'm just high all the time. like literally, like nobody knows, nobody cares. I'm not broadcasting it.
No. I never even associated you with weed. I had no idea. I smoked weed for fucking years and years.
People used to tell me Todd's got the best weed.
Yeah, but I don't even smoke weed anymore. I haven't smoked weed in years.
Yeah, but you used to have the best weed.
Yeah, I did my share, and now I fucking let everybody else do it.
I've smoked.
I didn't know you smoked weed
since I was like 16, 17.
Yeah.
And then I just always smoked weed, and I did it on my own. And then like when I went to college, like,
can you roll a joint?
I can't.
You can't roll a joint.
I get my girlfriend to do it.
Is that
all the
like
time,
a Shazma trait? Because
can you not roll a joint?
No,
Ray, can you roll a joint?
I can roll the best joints ever.
Yeah?
I can roll better joints than anybody, but
he can't.
He doesn't even attempt it.
I don't even attempt. I gave up, and I always date girls that can roll good joints. And my girlfriend now,
maybe that's what happened.
In the morning, she's like, bust up weed, I'll roll joints. She's like, you make coffee, I'll roll joints. So like, I'm down with that. I've never been able to roll joints. I used to be a bong guy for a long time. Yeah.
Oh, the only people that are bong guys are the guys that can't
roll
fucking
joints.
roll a joint. Yeah. No, I roll the best joints. I roll joints for all these motherfuckers, and I haven't smoked weed in 10 years. And I can still, like, literally, I've been 8 or 9 months without rolling a joint. I can still roll better
joints. If I'm in a pinch,
I
could, but it would take me like 10, 15 minutes to really.
Yeah, but is it going to be straight as an arrow?
No, it won't. It won't be a nice cone. Like I always have to get someone to do it for me. But
I can roll a spliff. That's different than a joint.
Tobacco's in a spliff.
Well, yeah, but you roll it in the cone shape,
right?
You
so it's tapers.
But a joint is like a cigarette.
And I always lived with people. I had roommates that could roll joints, and like I just never learned how to do it.
Yeah.
But I've smoked weed my whole life, yeah.
Yeah, but you're not interested, eh?
And everyone's always like...
I can remember wanting to go to Amsterdam and compete in the best joint rolling competition. And I don't even know if that's a thing anymore because... like the whole world is Amsterdam now.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I can still roll a better joint than most people on the planet.
That's sweet.
I can almost.
I wish I had weed right now so you could roll me a joint.
You want to know what? The worst thing about rolling joints is if the weed is really dry. That's why you use tobacco. If the weed is too dry, I'm hearing something I don't.
It's something. It might be me. I'm touching.
No. I think it's this head. Is it this headphone?
Give me that. Is that fine? That made it worse. Does that make it worse?
No.
If you want to hear out of that headphone, you got to take your headphone off.
Rain, you can't roll a joint though.
Not very well.
No, he can't roll a joint.
His are way better than mine.
No, you were fine with that.
That's
it just
fine.
seems like I'm getting another thing.
Everything seems alright now.
All right, that's fine. If I'm handheld, it's fine. I don't mind being handheld.
Oh yeah, I mean, comedian. What do? You just stand up there and talk into the mic? You're not holding it?
Yeah. Well, no, I try to go mic in the stand a lot. I respect mic in the stand. I went a whole year. I dedicated a whole year of comedy to doing mic in the stand, and I did it for a year straight. I never took the mic out of the stand.
Now, did you focus on that more than you focused on your content?
I had my jokes.
Yeah, but when you went on stage...
I never took it out for a year straight.
Yeah, I know, but when you went on stage, you were thinking more about whether or not you were going to take the mic out of the stand?
Now I'll grab the stand and I'll just walk around with the stand. But, like, yeah.
You got the whole stand in your...
Sometimes you just focus on weird shit, yeah. As a
Yeah, but
comic, you focus on weird shit.
No, but
sometimes.
that's what my question is.
Yeah.
But that takes the anxiety out of whether you're good or bad or.
No, I knew my material. I knew what I was gonna do.
Yeah.
But my idea was I'm gonna
Holy
keep.
fuck.
That was me. I think that's me. Is that me?
I got one mic.
I don't know. You're talking and
Okay.
Or
it's
is it this
ringing.
mic? Is it this mic?
I just turned it right off.
Get it out of here.
Yeah.
No one's on it.
Wait, so what's one of your hit jokes then? What hits everywhere you go?
You want me to do a hit joke?
Yeah.
Raining.
What's one of your
Yeah,
top?
no, don't you. Maybe.
Well,
I've never heard any of his comedy.
you never heard any of my comedy?
No?
I got a joke about. I won't do the joke because I'm not gonna just sit here in a garage and tell you my jokes because you're not paying for it.
Okay.
Give him $1.
I do have a joke. My best joke.
You don't have to do your comedy.
My
here.
go-to joke is a joke where I compare anal sex to going to the dump.
I do that every time I do anal sex.
Yeah, you go to the dump. Why go to the candy store when the dump's right across the street, you know?
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Sometimes you get a little drunk, you get a little liquored up, you end up at the dump.
I don't get it.
And you don't get it?
Well, I don't. What candy store dump? I don't get it.
Candy store's a vagina, dump's an asshole.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Oh, he's never had either one.
Wow.
That's why.
God. What are you
Why
proud
go to
of?
the dump? Why go to the dump?
Are you
The
proud of
candy
anal
stores-
sex?
I've had both. Recently, in the last week.
Anal sex.
How's your ass? You want to know what? I seen something the other day and it was.
Look at the peanut gallery.
No, I'd literally seen this thing the other day, and it was like the guy said to
That's
his.
my go-to joke, though. Why go to the dump with the candy stores right across the street?
No, I get it now.
Yeah, like,
I've never went to the dump.
No, well, I
it's funny that I can't think of my joke now that I've done, like,
Oh,
thousands of times.
I thought that was the joke.
yeah, but this ain't.
No, the
your-
joke's longer than that.
Oh.
Oh, it's way longer.
Well, I mean, hey, you got a good start because that was funny.
No, but you're not you're not in this environment to tell jokes. You're in this environment to just talk
Like,
shit.
You're not at the comedy store.
Yeah, no, I did a show last night. I didn't do that joke last night. But, like,
Where did you play last night?
I was in London at the Rec Room, which,
yeah.
which is like the Rec Room's funny. It's like a comedy club within a bar, within an arcade, within a mall, and it's like a weird Russian doll of entertainment.
So like the kids are just pumping quarters in.
Yeah,
For
and
you
they're
to
just like,
tell
we'll
jokes.
just go watch a comedy show now because nothing else is good. But it was fun. I hosted the show, but the dump.
Wait, so you hosted the show while getting anal sex?
I didn't get anal sex while I was there.
Well, I'm glad you didn't.
Shortly after.
I'm glad you didn't get it, but did you give it?
I'll give it, yeah.
What is going on over
It's your microphone.
It's your mic, I think, or it's me. It's whenever I lean to your mic.
Well,
Well,
what the fuck?
Yeah.
You gotta get your
Yeah.
shit together, host.
I definitely. You want to know what? This microphone over here.
It's the fanciest looking one, but
No, it is, but
it's
but
picking up all of us.
you actually You can talk into both sides of it.
does it have
I
like
need-
a condenser on it where you can figure out what was that?
They're shooting at us. it's like the equivalent to having tomatoes thrown at you.
Little bighorn.
A little bit. Well, a little big one. No, but this microphone.
Okay, I'll do the joke. You want me to do the joke?
Yeah, dude.
No, we got it just.
Why? Okay, so like I say, why go to the dump when the candy store's right across the street, right?
Yeah.
Candy store's in Regina. 'Cause, like, but as a man, I'm not going. Kel, shut up. As a man, I'm not going to the dump every day. You don't go to the dump every week or every month. You go to the dump a couple times a year.
Yeah, like when you absolutely have to.
Yeah, you wait to go to the dump. You plan it out. You pick a Saturday. You wash your truck. You wash your truck before and after you go to the dump.
Definitely after.
Definitely after.
Before and after your truck's your penis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I get it
you
now.
You get that? Yeah. All right.
I just
Your
didn't get
trust
the
your
candy
penis.
store part.
Well, candy store is a bright, happy, familiar place.
Yeah, the vagina.
Yeah, but the dump's a sad, lonely place. Filled with
Wait, so you feel lonely when you go to the dump?
yeah, filled with broken dreams, soiled mattresses.
I hate myself.
Yeah, you never know what you'll find at the dump. An old fucking VHS remote, coffee table leg. You don't know what you're gonna find at the dump.
Wow, that must
But
be a
candy store's a bright, happy, familiar place.
that must be a big dump if you found a table leg.
Well, sometimes, I know some girls. But sometimes you get a little drunk, you get a little liquored up, you just end up at the dump.
And you see a bunch of shit from last time you were drunk.
The dump manager's all pissed off. She's kicking you out both the dump and the candy store. It's a goddamn monopoly over there. I guess what I'm trying to say is like...
She's trying to kick you out of the dump. You just
Yeah.
want that barbecue. You're not leaving.
we all know what it feels like to be a kid in a candy store.
Yeah.
But going to the dump, that's a manly thing to do. So quit calling gay guys sissies. That's the joke.
That's a good joke.
I don't know. If you go to the dump...
Do you know who helped me write that joke?
Who?
James Shazma.
That does not surprise me.
We went for wings one night and we're just going back and forth on like comparing going to the dump to anal sex, and I wrote that old joke.
When's the last time you seen him?
It's been a while.
Yeah.
A little bit, but when I was like a few years into comedy.
Yeah.
When I moved out of Toronto, I've been doing comedy for like a year and a half, 2 years, and then I moved back here, and then I moved in with Cody. I was living with our cousin Cody.
Yeah.
And I was still doing comedy because I knew there were shows in Hamilton and there were shows in London, and around that time, those guys were coming out to a lot of my shows, and we were talking a lot, and that's when I wrote that joke. But I really found that like I could do comedy outside of Toronto, which like starting comedy, I thought Toronto was the only place in Canada that you could do it, right?
Yeah.
And I did a lot of comedy in Toronto early on. I did it backwards. A lot of guys, they'll start out here, they'll start in London, or they'll
And
start
then
in
end up in
Kitchener
Toronto.
and Hamilton, and then they'll end up in Toronto. I started in Toronto and I worked my way backward. But I know all the guys in Toronto.
Yeah, but that would be good for you though.
Yeah.
Because it's actually harder to start in Toronto, and then you're just starting to get into your comfort zone
and then you come out
as
of
you
it.
make it backwards.
But then, like, what everyone says in Toronto, like, those guys in Toronto, they don't know how to do 20 minutes in front of a Legion crowd in fucking
Right.
Norwich or Brantford.
But that's
or
all
whatever.
you've
But
ever
that's all I
known.
know.
Yeah,
And
and you
I
didn't
can-
even know you knew that.
And I can do that.
Yeah.
And they're my people. Like, so,
Yeah.
like, coming out here and doing comedy, like, I started doing those shows in Norwich at the Blue Line Room.
Yeah.
I started doing shows in London. I started doing shows in Kitchener. I started doing shows in fucking Brantford and,
Yeah,
like, Baden and fucking weird places.
yeah.
And doing the weird shows and weird Legion halls and stuff made me a better comic because you just adapt to people, because it's just connecting with people and
Right.
being like, how do my jokes connect with these people? Where like you take a guy in Toronto and you're like, hey, come do a show in Norwich, they won't know what the fuck to do. They'll crumble as soon as they start yelling. Or
Yeah,
whatever.
or they'll adapt,
Or they'll adapt,
which
if
is
they're
what
good.
you did.
Yeah. But I
But-
started backwards. I started in Toronto. I did a year and a half in Toronto, and then I moved out here. And then
Yeah.
I went to Hamilton. I lived in Hamilton
But
for a
you've
couple
always
years.
been here.
I've always been.
And you tried to bring
it's
this
who I
to
am.
Toronto.
Yeah, exactly. When I was doing comedy in Toronto, I was doing Burgessville in Toronto.
Yeah, but trying to make it Toronto.
Yeah.
But then as you start scaling back, then you start getting more comfortable with your comedy.
Yeah, and you just
Because
like...
it starts making more sense.
The best part about comedy is just taking who you are and putting it on stage, right?
Right.
So it's like I'm just being myself up there. And now, if I book a show in Toronto, and I got one coming up on the 14th in January,
Yeah.
and like I do shows in Toronto all the time, and they're just like, who's this small town fucker coming up here? But I'll crush. I'll make them laugh.
But are you a different comic in Toronto on that night than you are at the rec? No, it's
same. It's the same.
Same.
It's I'll do that joke exactly the way I just did it to Rain and
candy store vagina.
Exactly. I'm the same no matter where I am.
Candied
because
vagina.
I'm me. And that's
no. And you can still be the same, but adjust to your crowd. But you're doing it the same.
I'm always doing it the same. My jokes are written for me, and I want people to like my jokes for what they are.
Yeah.
That's
what
it's always been.
Good. But like you said, you got to adjust on the fly, right? Like you got to work your crowd. But in your individual routine, your jokes are what they are, and then everything else in between is what you adjust.
Yeah,
depending on the crowd.
One of the first working weekends I ever did, I went to Windsor with Gavin Stevens.
Okay.
If you don't remember Gavin Stevens, he was on. He used to be on Comedy Inc. He had a couple Comedy Now specials, big name comedian in Canadian comedy, Gavin Stevens.
Yep.
He took me out to Windsor for one of my first working weekends with a good friend of mine, Michael Moses, who just moved to New York, and we went out to Windsor. So I'll say they're two black comics. So I'm going out with two black comics, and I'm the only white guy on the show.
Yep.
And I'm featuring, and Moses is featuring, and Gavin's headlining. And I'm going out there, and I'm doing just my shit. And then after the first show on the Friday night, we were there for probably 2 shows Friday, 2 shows Saturday, or whatever. We're doing a club in Windsor.
Like you do the early show and the late show.
The early show, late show. It's it's an actual working weekend in comedy.
Yeah.
After the first show, I kind of bombed. I was kind of pushing through. I was not getting a lot of laughs. I had one person in the audience. I got a good heckle. Someone's like, "You suck," but after that first show,
is that actually a good heckle?
It's not a good heckle. I was I'm just living my dream up here. Sure, it's my first working weekend. But after that, so I do this show.
Every comic's gotta have a rebuttal to "you suck."
Yeah, well, it's just I'm
if I suck, then you swallow.
Is that where the dump joke started?
I got way better. I've gotten heckles way worse than that. And, But so after that night though, we're at the bar and we're sitting down, we're having our meal, we're having some drinks after the bar, and Gavin Stevens says to me, he's like, "Fucking Shazma, I know you'll be a good comic because you took that heckle and you just plowed through. You just kept doing your act. You were doing you, and that'll be good." And then that was Friday night, and Saturday night we had a different crowd, and I crushed. I did fine. I was I got laughs. He's "That's you. You you're just gonna plow through. You're not gonna change. You're not gonna change or take it personally. You're just gonna do your fucking act, and whether they like it or not, by the end of the night." I always like it when I have half the crowd that likes it and half the crowd that doesn't like it. You know, you're just you guys don't get it. You guys get it. You suck. You tell me I suck. Well, I'm just up here living my dreams. All right, we'll just keep going.
Yeah, but now these people have to go home, and half of them that didn't like it are going home with half the ones that did like it, and now they're fucking ruining their night,
dude.
Because of your comedy.
One of the worst heckles I ever got was in Tillsonburg. And I wasn't even living around here at the time. I was living in Hamilton. And I got booked on a gig in Tillsonburg, and it was emceeing for Spenny from Kenny vs. Spenny.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, remember the show Kenny vs. Spenny?
Yeah. I've heard of it.
Yeah, they would do little games with each other, right?
Against each other.
But then Spenny Spenny would do his own acoustic show. So I was emceeing this show in Tillsonburg at Sammy Crenshaw's. It's a fucking bowling alley. There's literally people bowling while I'm doing the show. It's a fucking bowling alley. And as I'm up there and I'm emceeing.
Bowling.
Yeah, and I'm emceeing the show. And I'm
wait, you're emceeing now?
So I'm hosting, I'm hosting the show.
I thought you were doing a comedy show.
I'm the master of ceremonies, though.
No, but he doesn't understand the different levels of the comedy show.
So in comedy, there's a host or the MC, and then there's the feature act or another act, and then there's the headliner, right?
Okay, I know headliner.
So the headliner on this show was Spenny from Kenny vs. Spenny.
Yeah.
And then we had a feature act, and then there's a bunch of white fucking rappers from Tillsonburg.
Really?
And yeah, these white rappers from Tillsonburg. And then I'm emceeing, so I'm hosting the night. So I gotta bring each act up, and then after each act, I gotta go up there again, right?
Yeah.
So I'm bringing up these white rappers from Tilsonburg. They're up there rapping.
Oh, the whole thing isn't a comedy show.
It's music, because Spenny's just doing acoustic music and shit. So I'm bringing up these guys. I bring up a bunch of white rappers, and I'm doing my jokes in between, and nobody likes me, right? Nobody likes me. And then I bring the comic up, my buddy Wally Warwick, who's a funny comic. He's from Brantford. He used to run a weed room in Brantford and shit. Good guy. I bring him up. He does good. And then I go up and I'm doing my act right before Spenny's supposed to go up. And I'm bombing. Nobody fucking likes me. They're all dying. We're in a bowling alley. You can hear people bowling above you. And you hear people bowling beside you. Like this 5-pin. They're just going nuts. Some guy shouts out.
If people are bowling above you, that would be terrible.
Oh, they were bowling above you and beside you. Like, there's multi-level. It's a multi-level bowling alley.
Bowling beside me would be fine, but bowling above me, I don't know if I can handle that.
And then
Especially in Tilsonburg.
and we're in Tilsonburg, Sammy Crenshaw's. And I'm like, I actually drove from Hamilton. I was living in Hamilton. I'm like, I drove an hour. I ended up staying at my dad's that night.
I was gonna say, because that's 20 minutes away.
Yeah, and I'm making $25 for the show too. Like this is what the comedy sucks.
You lost money.
Yeah, I'm driving. So they're bowling.
I thought you were gonna say you were bowling.
I wasn't bowling. I'm bombing. I'm
bombing, not bowling.
I'm eating shit. Nobody likes me. A guy goes, "You should kill yourself." That was the first time I got it. You should kill yourself.
Oh,
he goes, "You should
The
kill yourself."
The first time.
That was the first time. It's happened a few times since. But that was.
I'm not even.
That's comedy. That's stand-up comedy.
I'm not even a comedian. And I've had people tell me that.
Yeah. He goes, "You should kill yourself," and I'm like, "I'm just up here living my dreams. I'm just up here. I'm like, I'm from around here. Like, I don't live long. I don't live far from
I
here.
probably know your parents.
Like, I'm just up here trying to live my best life. Let's bring Spenny up." So we bring Spenny up. Spenny goes up, he does his acoustic set. So the worst part of the night was the guy told me I should kill myself, and I said, you're an idiot, and I shouldn't do that. And then at the end of the night, though, Rain, this is the end of the night, I'm waiting for my $25. I'm at the bar. I probably drank more than 25.
Contemplating over a 45.
Yeah, like I probably drank more than $25 in Molson Canadians. Like I've drank a bunch of Molsons, and I'm sitting there waiting for my $25. And then Spenny comes up to me and he puts his arm around me and he goes, "Don't worry, man. I know it was a tough night. I tried comedy once." I was like, I've been doing comedy for like 3 or 4 years at this point. I was like, fuck you, man. Give me my $25. I'm going to go sleep in my dad's basement. Fuck you. Comedy sucks. I hate it.
Fuck you, Tilsonburg, because you fucking suck.
Tilsonburg, you brought fucking Spenny here. And
I'm not killing myself tonight.
Yeah, no, and I didn't. But that's comedy. Comedy sucks.
I want to know more about the second time they told you to kill yourself.
The second time wasn't as bad. It was just at a club. They're just like, "Yeah, you should kill yourself." I'm like, I know, you're right. I'm still doing this. I'm gonna tell you another dick joke, and then... But but like, right?
How do you deal? I never even thought of that. How do you deal with hecklers? Like, there's got to be sometimes where you don't even want to deal with it. You're tired. You're doing your act.
You just want to do your act.
It's like fucking. I don't want to deal with hecklers.
And I'm not the best. I'm okay on my feet, and I'm getting better. Like I've been doing this almost 10 years, so like I'm getting better. But like sometimes you just don't want to deal with it, and they derail you. The worst is like even last night. I was hosting last night.
Yeah.
And I'm doing my opening bit, so I'm getting to know people because I want to bring people into the show. I'm doing bits. I'm into my first bit, and like, it wasn't even a heckle, but it's a lady on her cell phone, and like it's just a cell phone.
Worse
light.
than a heckle.
It's worse because you just see the light.
Yeah.
You just see the light the whole time.
Are you bored?
So like, I finished my joke, and I'm like, I gotta address it. So I'm like, lady, I gotta address it. I'm the host of the night. So let's talk about it. Like, we got comics coming up. You guys can do whatever you want from me, but why the fuck are you on your phone? It must be important. And then she goes, "Yeah, I'm dealing with a person who my dog bit today." I was like, "Oh shit, your dog bit someone?"
Yeah.
I was like, okay, can we do that with the brightness down a bit?
No doubt.
It was like that shit bugs you, and hecklers suck. Like I've had some hecklers, like you should kill yourself or you suck. Those are always bad. But like I've had bachelorette parties are the worst. You get a bachelorette party and they just want to like, they think like they're part of the show, and you're just like, you guys are just a bunch of ladies wearing dick hats. Just shut up.
See, the business that we're in, I'm thinking bachelorette party is crazy fun, right? Like
no, they ruin the night.
No, but we're talking weekend, like fishing, hunting trips. It's like because the ones that are ruining your night, you could ruin their fucking life.
Yeah, they just ruin the night, and they all skip out on their bill, and the wait staff's mad, and they're just like yelling at you all night. I had a bad one. Last time I emceed at Levity, there was Levity Comedy Club in Hamilton. My buddy owns that club, and it's a fun club to work. But I had a bachelorette party there one night. They're terrible. They're just like yelling at me all night. I couldn't get a joke out. And
but they're just drunk, wasted.
They've been drinking all afternoon.
They have no idea what they're doing, and you're trying to.
The last thing you want to see as a comic is a bachelorette party.
Yeah, really.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
They're the worst.
Worst.
I hate them.
You hate that? I hate the bachelorette.
I've had a couple and I hate them.
I didn't even know bachelorette parties were a thing.
Oh, and why would they pick comedy? Like, if you're going out for your bachelorette party, you're like, I'm gonna go to a comedy show.
Yeah, go basket weaving or
go to the strip club.
Go to a strip club. Go fucking out anywhere else but a comedy show, because you're not gonna sit still for 90 minutes.
Is this one of your jokes you're making right now? Or
no,
is this just
it's real. It's on. You're not gonna sit still for 90 minutes. A bunch of fucking middle-aged white women just yelling at you, like, fucking.
I don't. That's life now. Because if you do anything wrong, middle-aged white women are gonna yell at you.
Yeah, you're right.
Middle-aged white women are the worst people on the planet.
Fuck you, Karen.
Yeah, but like you get them together for fucking Brenda's fucking bachelorette party. Like, she's getting married on Wednesday. Yeah. Fucking.
Well, take the show. Here's some mic.
Let's do fucking shots.
I'm gonna go back and have some fun with my friends.
Yeah, they're the worst.
And the whole crowd is suffering.
Bachelorette parties are the worst thing for comedy. And I've been doing comedy 10 years.
How many bachelorette parties have you had to deal with?
At least probably like half a dozen, 5 or 6 for sure.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, I've had it. I dealt with. There used to be a show up in Niagara at like it was like a nerd bar too. It was like a bar that would do like they had games and stuff. And like it was like a nerd bar, like comic books, and
an arcade,
board games, arcade shit. Yeah, and I did a bachelorette party there, so they're nerdy bachelorettes too. So they weren't even having fun. They're like, we had 2 fucking tequila sunrises, and we're gonna have a good time. And it's just like, you suck. You're the worst.
Fuck you.
Yeah.
Stop yelling. I'm trying to do
yelling at you. Like, I just want to do comedy and go home and get my fucking $25.
$25.
Comedy sucks. That's the going rate.
That's all you get for a comedy show? $25 a show?
It depends on the show.
Now, does it matter if you're
lately? I've been doing well.
Oh, what? $35 bucks?
I had a good month.
Yeah, but you put your dues in.
Corporate Christmas parties. Corporate Christmas.
I've heard corporate Christmas parties are bomb.
This is the time of year. I spent all the money I spent on Christmas this year. I got my girlfriend a lot of good Christmas presents. I spent some money. I got myself a new tattoo, and I.
What'd you get for a new tattoo?
You want to see my new tattoo?
You want to see my tattoo?
Yeah, I want to see yours first. Yeah, I want to see. Oh, look at that little weed leaf. You do that yourself, little stick and poke?
No, I got my buddy to do it for me.
Okay, that's cool.
You want to see stick and poke?
I'm sure you got some stick and poke for sure. No, but like I made.
You've been stuck and poked.
In a week, I made over $1,000 doing comedy this year, which I was like, I can buy everyone comedy. I can buy everyone Christmas.
I can buy everyone comedy.
I can buy Christmas presents for everyone, and I can get myself a tattoo. And I was like, that was sick.
Yeah, what'd you get for a tattoo? You want to show it off?
I'll show you. Yeah.
Don't set the mic down.
Can't set the mic down.
Don't drop the stove.
Hold his mic for him.
Hold my mic.
Hold his mic.
Take my shirt off. It's rad. It's rad as fuck.
Oh, is it that one?
Oh fuck, that's sick. That's white rabbit.
It's a rabbit with a motorcycle helmet.
Oh yeah, from
That's fucking sweet. That's a nice fucking tat. Did we get it on? Did we get a good shot of it?
Did we? I don't know. You got the laptop.
I hope we got a good shot of it. You want to see my? You want to see my latest fucking?
Your most recent?
Your stick and poke.
And like literally, I
do.
was literally in the boat with people, and they're like,
You're one of the first people I know to get tattoos.
yeah, they were like, when did you get that? When you were like 17?
Is that a stick and poke? It looks like Rainen did that.
Oh, I didn't do that.
When he was fucking 3.
Is that? When did you get that?
I got it. It was last February, but it was the February before. This is a COVID tattoo.
Yeah, clearly.
Yeah, no, seriously.
That's like this. I got this in a basement in Toronto once.
What, your leg?
Cactus. It's a cactus.
Where?
Right there.
That's.
Oh.
I honestly wish I could start my story with I was in a basement in Toronto.
No, the story actually started. The Jays were playing the White Sox, and we got really drunk at the Jays game.
Yeah.
And then we went to a bar afterwards, and there was a girl there, and she's covered in tattoos.
Hey.
And we kept saying,
Hey, Kelsey.
Just you narrowed it down to one girl.
Can you make him a drink?
"What are the waitresses?" Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Please and thank you.
And we're gonna get a tattoo tonight.
Thank you.
And we,
You and her.
well, me and 3 of my buddies, we all have this cactus tattoo. Actually, 3 other people, strangers.
Is it all?
There's some strangers with the same tattoo. I got the same tattoo as some strangers too.
Nice. Is it all on the back of their legs or just random places?
Random
on
places,
the body?
yeah.
Nice.
I ran into a guy in London recently, and I was like, "Hey, you have a cactus?" And he's like, "Yeah, I got the same
Oh,
cactus."
there's people.
Was he there? Was he one of the?
It
strangers?
was his wife that gave me the tattoo. Yeah,
Nice.
yeah. But the Jays were playing the White Sox, and we went back to a bar, and we're stealing beers, like we were reaching over and pouring our own, right? And she caught us, and she got mad, and we're like, "Don't worry, honey, we'll get her own."
So I'm gonna give you a shitty tattoo.
We're gonna get tattoos tonight, yeah. And then my buddy's, I think it was his cousin or his cousin's wife. She was like training to be a tattoo apprentice, and she.
Oh, an apprentice tattoo? Is that the real
so
thing?
She had the gun. She had the tattoo gun. So we go to their house, but she wasn't home. So we get to her house, and she's not home. And then we get there, and her husband, Derek, who I ran into in London, he has the same tattoo. He was like, "She's not home. She will give you the tattoo, but in the meantime, I'm training to be a bartender. Let me mix you some martinis."
Nice.
So he starts making us these crazy drinks.
I'm surprised it wasn't tequila.
Oh, there was some tequila, brown sugar. It was delicious.
Oh, there is tequilas and martinis, isn't there?
So we got drunk.
Yeah.
We got real
Think so.
drunk. And then we had to catch a train from Toronto to Oakville because I was living in
What?
Oakville at the time.
Yeah.
And she's like, "We got to get these."
Yeah,
she
load her
comes
up.
home. She comes home and she's like, "If I'm giving you guys tattoos, I'm giving you that cactus," because it was the first tattoo she ever did. So she had it framed in her kitchen, like the stencil. So she's like, "I'm gonna give you guys that." So me and 3 of my buddies got it done, and 3 of their buddies also had it done.
Those are the strangers.
They're the strangers, yeah. So me, my buddy Ben Lardy, my buddy Corey Ellis, and then I know Derek and Shayna very well now. I run into
Lardy, I'd seen him in
met
some of your
Lardy,
videos.
Yeah,
And-
he's a comic.
yeah.
yeah.
Somebody's tea. Uncle somebody's
Teddy's tea.
Uncle Teddy's tea. Lardy's
Yeah.
in that, right?
Mr. T.
I don't even think Lardy's in that, but he was around that same time.
Okay.
Jeff's in that, but Lardy's got the cactus. Corey's got a cactus. His cousin Derek, who I ran into in London not long ago, and I was like, "Hey, you got a cactus?" So we all have the same cactus tattoo. I got it in a basement. I woke up. It was like total wake up the next morning. Be like, "Did I get a tattoo last night?" Yeah. I'm sure you got a couple of
Bill
those.
Cosby's. Oh, I definitely do. Bill Cosby's sitting there, fucking, "Hey, sleepyhead."
Yeah.
I'm a
That's that one's way wild.
Oh, that was a terrible tattoo.
That's really bad. Yeah,
no,
it
it's
looks
really
like
bad.
Brandon did it.
Yeah, no, it's really bad.
Yeah, what? Cal had something to say.
After you guys all got those cactus tattoos, my girlfriend was at the Calgary Stampede, and she's just looking down at the crowd trying to find her something that fell on the ground, and she sees this stupid cactus tattoo, and she just looks up, she's like, hey, you know Tyler Shazma? He's like, yeah, we got the same cactus tattoo.
It was my buddy Corey. She ran into my buddy Corey. Yeah, in Calgary.
At the Calgary Stampede.
Yeah, he has the same because his is on his leg in the same spot. He's got it in the same spot.
Yeah. Nice.
It's Corey. Yeah, he's got Corey's a good dude. So yeah, there's like 6 or 7 of us out there with cactus tattoos. Like, but your first tattoo was yours in the basement.
Yes,
There
actually.
you go. Yeah, your first tattoo should be in a basement.
Yeah.
My last tattoo was in a
Your
basement.
first and last tattoo should be in a basement.
Oh yeah.
Oh no.
Hey, I called the bartender. He ordered up.
Oh no, the bartender is ordering up.
Meow.
Well.
All right, meow. License and registration.
He's the biggest
I don't know who's
one.
got what, but I know Raina's got the orange one.
He's like inciting a fucking
Inciting a riot. Let's start a riot.
Let's start a riot. Dressed up, ready to roll. Woo!
Oh wait, Todd's got to get salt and his lemon and all.
Oh, yeah,
all
so
the
wait.
fixins, eh?
Oh my god. It's like, okay, now we're landing in a fucking jet plane in the.
Yeah, this is dead air. This is dead air for the
Now we're landing in a
podcast.
jet plane in the St. Lawrence.
Cigarette in the nose is good though. I'll take that.
Okay.
Everybody put your seatbelts on.
Cheers, boys and girls.
You gotta smoke in your nose.
Rock and roll.
What else do I?
Ooh, let's throw up on camera.
Holy.
Wait, hold on.
Woo!
What do you do for rock and roll?
What do I do for rock and roll?
Yeah.
Holy fuck, that's salty fucker. Holy shit.
Last year I went and seen. Actually, this year still.
Yeah, what did
but
you
by
see?
the time this airs, it'll be last year. But we went and seen Megadeth.
That's not rock and roll.
We
Fuck off.
we went
Rock
and
and
see,
roll.
No, it's metal.
Yeah, it's
whatever.
It's
Well, I'm
rock
just
and
saying,
roll.
no, fuck
no.
anybody that plays live music. I don't care whether it's country,
It's all rock
fucking.
and roll.
I mean,
it could be a fucking.
When we
rap
s-
show, it could be a soul show, it could be a folk show, it could be any show. I'm just saying, when I say, what are you doing for
What do you
rock
see?
and
Yeah,
roll,
what do you see?
What are you doing for music?
When we saw The Offspring, I'd consider that rock and roll.
We seen the
The
Offspring.
Offspring would have been cool. Yeah.
The Offspring and Simple
in
Plan.
St. Catharines.
Yeah, that's cool. St. Catharines put on some good shows
The
this year.
Meridian.
Yeah.
The Meridian Center.
Yeah, like the
With Simple
Alexis
Plan?
played out there. Yeah, Alexa on Fire played it.
Did they really?
I think that same weekend. Yeah, maybe not the night.
When would it? What was it? The 19th, 18th November,
Yeah.
17th.
I don't know.
Yeah, you want to know? I seen the Offspring. That will be my 4th time.
Yeah.
I've been seeing the Offspring. And
Did you see them at Woodstock?
Yeah, I see. Oh, hey, do you want to know what? They did a fucking great Justin Timberlake set. Like,
What?
Yeah.
the Offspring literally.
Offspring's sweet.
No,
they are.
no,
They're
I got
fucking
nothing bad to say about the Offspring. But the Offspring, Dexter.
Yes.
Dexter
Spike
said,
Head.
I want every water bottle in this place on the stage. You couldn't even see the
Woodstock?
sky. Yeah, Woodstock. You couldn't even see the sky anymore. You, like, for every fucking bottle you were getting hit with,
You know what? I'll give that.
for every 20 bottles you were getting hit with, you couldn't throw
Yeah,
one.
that's
like,
sick.
you just, but it was just pure. That was at Woodstock,
Yeah.
but I
A
see.
lot
yeah,
bigger
but
than the Meridian
This-
Center.
this last
I
year-
also seen him with Cypress Hill at the what was called the Air Canada Center.
Right?
I've seen Cypress Hill twice.
That's cool.
Yeah, like the second time I seen Cypress Hill was even better. But when I seen him with the Offspring, that was like a.
What year was that? 90s?
No, it was early 2000s.
Okay.
Early. Yeah, when I seen Cypress Hill and Offspring, it might have been. Nah, it had to have been 2000s, but I don't know whether he was born or not yet.
Right. Well, he was born in 2003.
No,
2002.
2003.
Okay.
No, you want to know what? Because I drove there in a snowstorm with my rental car when my Trans Am was broke down. So no,
Okay.
it was the 90s. It was probably before I seen him at Woodstock.
Okay, before 99.
Before 99. Yeah, well, that's the last year of the 90s.
Yeah.
Oh shit!
It
It's kind of how numbers work.
Okay, so this year, bands I saw this year, I saw Lagwagon.
Lagwagon?
Do you remember Lagwagon?
I know Lagwagon.
They're a 90s band.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
90s punk band from...
They had the cool fucking t-shirt.
I'm wearing it right now. I'm wearing a
Are you wearing a fucking Lagwagon shirt? Lagwagon had the best merch. Fucking love Lagwagon merch.
Lagwagon shirt.
Nice. Fucking love it.
Yeah, well, Lagwagon,
love
like
it.
they were the first band on Fat Records. They're
Really?
on NoFX's band record
No
label.
effect.
NoFX, but the first band on that record label was Lagwagon.
Lagwagon, really?
Yeah, and I've seen Lagwagon every time they come around since I was like 16 because I love Lagwagon. I love punk. I'm a punker.
Yeah.
love-
I'm not a huge fan
I
of
know
punk.
you're not a
but
punker.
I'm
I
not.
like punk rock.
I like punk. So Lagwagon's like the skate punk. Like Lagwagon has been like number one for
Yeah.
me for a long. I've seen them every time they come around. So they came around. And I saw them in Hamilton. I saw them in Toronto, and then this year they came to London. I saw them in London, and that was a good show.
So, have you ever been to Lee's Palace?
All the time, yeah. I saw a bunch of bands at least.
Like,
yeah.
but the bands that went to Lee's Palace were of a different caliber than the rest of Toronto.
It was a little more crust punky,
Yeah.
and a little more like my buddies, because the guy who did all the artwork, Runt did all
In
that
Lee's-
art,
in Lee's Palace?
in front of it.
Oh, okay.
You know, all like the
No,
like,
I'm only talking inside.
the artwork out
I don't
front,
remember getting there. I just remember being there.
and like, well, the artwork out front is like really like distinct, like Toronto graffiti.
Yeah.
And it's like a guy named Runt who does it all. And my buddy Jacob Scrub from Cerebral Scrub, they're a good punk band from Cambridge originally, and then they're in Toronto.
Cambridge was actually really good
They had
in
a
the
great
punk
punk
scene.
scene.
Oh, they did. They
Yeah.
really did.
PDH and like all my buddy Backseat Operation.
What about Forgotten Rebels?
Forgotten Rebels, Hostage
I don't know
Life?
if they were from Cambridge, but a lot of them guys loved Forgotten Rebels.
They had a great punk scene out there, and even like guys like the guys in Flatliners and stuff would come out, and Hostage Life, and like I came up in that kind of scene, and I would go to shows in Cambridge and in Brantford and all these punk shows as a kid, but Lee's Palace, I definitely went to a bunch of shows there. When I lived in Toronto, I go there a lot. I go Sneaky D's. I went Sneaky D's.
Sneaky D's, yeah.
I went Sneaky D's for Hostage Life's last show ever, and that was the one night I thought like the roof was coming down. I thought they were like gonna like there were so many people like because Sneaky D's is a Mexican restaurant, but above the Mexican restaurant is like a music venue, and like the best punk bands in the world would play there.
Oh yeah,
Like
absolutely.
I saw Mustard Plug played there, Dillinger 4, like all these great bands I saw there. And then I saw Hostage Life's last show there, and I actually thought the floor was gonna come through. Like we were on the second level, and it was just bowing. Like you could feel the whole room moving.
Yeah.
And it was insane. And Hostage Life was sick. They were a great punk band from Toronto.
So how your Toronto life? Because you did a lot of time in Oakville. You spent a lot of time in Toronto.
In Toronto, I lived in Toronto from 2009 to 2014.
So
15.
did you ever go to the Horseshoe?
All the time, yeah.
Because
I saw the Queers. I saw the Queers and Teenage Bottle Rocket at the Horseshoe. I saw Mask Intruder at the Horseshoe. I saw so many bands at the Horseshoe.
I'd seen
Brandon Shazma and I used to go to the Horseshoe all the time.
Yeah, well, and you want to know what? Brandon Shazma should be here if we're
he'd
going
be-
to talk about fucking music at that period of time in Toronto.
Brandon's.
That's the only reason
Do you
why
know
I'm
what's
saying
funny? Brandon, like you and I know Brandon.
I met him.
Brandon, you know Brandon?
He doesn't know. He doesn't know Brandon.
But Brandon's a huge punk guy.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
He loves punk rock.
Yeah. No, but see, I'm not a huge punk guy, but I'm a huge Toronto guy.
Yeah.
But I never ever lived there the way you guys did.
We did.
I just,
You did a little
it was
bit, though,
like,
didn't you?
Yeah, I spent a lot of time in Toronto. There was a good period of time where I spent good.
What years were you there?
Yeah, but it was like 95 to 99, maybe into the early 2000s.
Right.
But we also spent a lot of time in St. Catharines and Niagara Falls.
But they had good music scenes there.
Oh, yeah, but we did a lot of, later on in what I just said, we did a lot of digital, electronica,
Music and stuff.
ecstasy, rave party,
rave music,
underground.
Yeah. Right. Because that's when that was really taken off.
Right, right.
Yeah.
But the punk scene in, like, it wasn't even, who did I see at the Horseshoe? It was like Joe Bossamana.
Okay.
I seen at, it was a fucking drummer. It was a drummer's band. I fucking went
Drummers
there.
with, like, where the drummer would sing was, like, a big thing. Like,
Yeah, but it was, the guy was huge. It wasn't Joe Bossamana. I really wish I could.
When we went to the Offspring concert, didn't the drummer from Simple Plan start singing a song, or didn't the drummer get off the drums and start like doing something?
Yeah.
yeah.
and you
Anytime
wanna-
a drummer does shit, it's cool.
I know, because you don't know that the drummer just plays the drums, right?
You guys know,
my favorite club in Toronto altogether is the Opera House. That's
the Opera House is sick.
I have
saw
seen-
a lot. They
I have
don't do
seen-
a lot there anymore. Is it even a thing?
No, I have no idea now. But what for me, it was either the Warehouse, which became the Cool House,
Yeah.
or the Opera House.
Right.
But
I
the
saw- I
Opera
saw
House,
no
you had to
facts
come
of the
off the
Cool
Don
House,
Mills to get there, and it was a fucking.
It's right
Best
at
time to get out.
Broadview, like
It was on
Broadview,
Queen,
Queen,
was it not?
Queen and Broadview.
Yeah, but it was on the other side of Queen from all the cool shit that was
East
on
End,
Queen.
yeah, it was East End Queen,
yeah.
which I ended
Like,
up
not
living not
CBT.
far from there. I lived
Yeah.
Queen and Leslie, so I was like walking distance.
The last two shows I seen in Toronto were either at the Phoenix, and I love the Phoenix.
Phoenix is sick.
I love the Phoenix.
Yeah.
410 Sherburne. I fucking know.
Sherburne, yeah.
But the Danforth, I seen down at the Danforth.
Music hall?
Wait,
Danforth Music Hall.
the last
No.
last two shows you saw in Toronto?
That mattered.
Think hard.
High five to that.
They mattered to me.
You want to know what? You
Young
want to know what?
boy.
You want to know what? When this kid was in
He
his,
likes good music, though.
yeah, but when he was in his mom's belly, we were at the Opera House, and Down was playing,
Yeah.
and she was in the mosh pit,
Sure.
4 months pregnant with him. Actually, she might have been like 9 months pregnant.
yeah.
She might have gave birth right after that.
Right there, yeah.
But no, I see. Where did I seen the Dirty Heads at the Phoenix, but the Danforth I
Danforth's
seen
cool,
Down
yeah.
played at the Danforth. But the Danforth is like super high north Toronto to see a band for me.
It's a little north. I used to live not too far from there on Leslie, but like I've never seen a music show there. I've seen a lot of comedy
You've
there.
never seen a music? No, Down played there. Like the lead singer from Pantera played.
Yeah, I
at
didn't
the-
go.
That's the last time I seen Down was at the Danforth.
But like I directed Brent Butt's special there.
Yeah.
I did that there, and I did Mark Norman was just there. I've seen a lot of comedy there, but I've never seen a show there.
Yeah, no,
But the Opera House, I've been to a lot
Oh,
of shows
the
at
Opera House.
Opera House. Or the
I've
Phoenix.
seen-
The Phoenix, I've seen.
You ever heard of the band Clutch?
Yeah, I like Clutch.
I've seen Clutch 5 times at the Opera House.
Yeah.
I seen
I
seen metal shows there. I seen my buddies doing Battle of the Bands
Yeah.
there. I've seen
Belvedere there. I've seen, like lots of good
no
bands.
with the Opera House not a thing anymore.
I haven't heard of a show happening there in a long time. I don't know if it's a
COVID
thing or not.
fucked a lot of stuff.
Yeah, it
up.
might have fucked it up because I haven't heard of a show at the Opera House in a long time. I know who filmed. I think like
Who's doing shows in Toronto?
I don't know. I just saw something. Cool
Everything's at the
today.
Budweiser stage.
Do you know the band Dirty?
Fuck the Budweiser stage.
Budweiser suck.
Fuck the Budweiser stage.
Do you know the band Dirty Nil?
No.
You would fucking love this band. Check them out. The Dirty Nil.
Dirty Nil.
They're Hamilton guys.
Yeah.
Or Dundas, actually. They're Hamilton Dundas guys. One of my favorite bands, like new bands of the recent year. They just played a show a couple nights ago with the guys from Sum 41.
Really?
And like they were jamming out, but like the Dirty Nil is like fucking hard. Like they're the best working band in Canada right now.
Really?
Hard rock, and like
What about the Headstones? They were just on tour.
Well, the Headstones, they're cool. I like.
But they're riding the old wave.
Yeah. Check out the Dirty Nil though. The
Yeah.
Nil's fucking sick, and they like write good tunes, catchy tunes, and they're rock, like hard rock, fucking rock and roll guys.
And I don't want to redirect what we're talking about, but I honestly think
just
comedy
play it out.
is way more popular than music is right now. I
Yeah.
think people like music is actually on the downswing, and comedy is on the upswing. Like it seems
Yeah.
like comedy is way more popular. When I was younger, there was Sam Kinison would do a couple of live
The
things.
thing is, Sam Kinison is he became big in Canada before he was big in the States.
Oh, I can remember Sam Kinison from the late '80s.
Yeah, but like because Mark,
But
Breslin
even
was on it
like
too.
Andrew Dice Clay was big, and Eddie Murphy did
Eddie
a bunch of
Murphy.
big things.
Eddie Murphy's the only guy who's been popular at 18 years old. Like,
Yeah, but like there was not really a lot of stand-up comedy when I was younger, and it was all music. Like I could think of 1,000
Right.
bands, and I can't talk about any of them right now. But music right now, who the fuck is doing music? Like
and
you-
doing
you
it
know-
originally.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, and I want to check out the band, the
Dirty Nil.
Dirty Nil.
Yeah, check them out.
Because I
they're
said
sick.
to him, I go, what's at his age?
What's a rock and roll band?
What's a rock and roll band?
Yeah.
But
What is a
you-
rock and roll band? Rain, you're a kid now. Tell us.
He has no idea. Megadeth.
Who's new? But you
Metallica.
like Megadeth? They're from the 80s.
Yeah. Yeah. No, he knows this,
But for new guys,
yeah. But think of who's good in stand-up comedy. Everybody you mention is from right now.
right?
You know what I mean? He doesn't even know who's Sam Kinison.
I don't know. He's a guy that goes.
Close, yeah. Ah!
Yeah, because I made him listen to it. No, but
You sit there and you listen to the show.
yeah, but stand-up comedy right now. Stand-up comedy right now is where music was in the '90s.
Yeah, I think people.
Nobody wants to hear, or they're just sick of being spoon-fed music.
I think
And
you have
stand-up
to
comedy
search
is
for music.
original still.
You have to search for music. There are good bands out there, but you have to search for it. Where,
Yeah, well,
where
they're not getting
comedy
record
is, like,
deals. They're not. You can't go to the record store and find your new.
do you know the band Pup? Yeah, another good rock and roll band. They're
Yeah.
from Toronto. Guys in Pup. Pup and Dirty Nil. Like I've been in that scene, so I hear these bands when
Yeah.
they come out.
Yeah, but I think that you guys in comedy are living what needs to be done, like as far as being original on YouTube and just putting out your own content, and just I think it's easier to find a comedian that's original right now
Than
than
a
it
new
is
rock
to
and roll
find a
band,
new
yeah.
rock and roll band.
Yeah,
And
I
that's
believe that.
exciting for you. That's exciting for your genre and all the people that you do what you do shit with.
It's cool because.
But I'm an old rocker, and it's like I'm just kind of like,
Yeah, well, I get that, and it's like people want, like they want comedy too. I think because it is, it's a commentary on what's happening in the world.
I fucking
so
love
people
comedy.
they find their lane, and they're like, I like this certain comic, and I'm gonna follow them. I'm gonna listen to everything they put out on YouTube. I'm gonna listen to every podcast that they're on, every special they put out. And comedy is accessible more than it was in your day,
yeah,
and my day even, where like when I wanted to listen to comedy, you go to LimeWire and you download like a Dane Cook special, right? Like
yeah.
now it's like you go to YouTube and you can look at
And-
what Mark Norman just did a week ago.
But and now that I'm processing what you're saying in my head, it like what's going
Like comedy is hard to find when we were growing up.
Yeah,
Even
but-
you and I who are 10
but
years
it-
apart.
Yeah, but if you were a rock and roll back in them days, you would shout out the bands
Yeah.
But nowadays, you comics are actually shouting out other comics.
Other comics, check this guy out.
And you guys are actually
podcasts do
promoting.
that,
The podcast thing is definitely helping all of that. But back in the day, it was like, okay, like if I'm just gonna go with what I know, I'd be like, I'm Pantera, but I'm touring with Deftones and I'm touring with White Zombie. Check these guys out.
Right.
But back in the day, comedy was what it was, and it was really hard to find. But nowadays, it's like just what we talked about over at the bar. You're like, I know this guy, this guy's really funny, this guy's really funny, I'm really funny, we're all really funny, everything's funny.
Yeah.
And you're like, you're not ashamed to, or you're not like protecting that shit.
Right. Yeah. There's not
because you think it's gonna be like, oh, that's gonna hurt me.
You want your buddies to do well. You want to be like, hey,
because
this
if
guy's
they do, you know you will be, because you just want people to love comedy.
Yeah, you want if you check this guy out, you'll like
it's crazy.
You'll like what 5 of his friends do.
Yeah, but that's kind of the way the promotion went in the like. I'm just thinking about this in my head as we're talking about it. I'm like, that's what music was then, but now the world needs comedy right now.
That's like when you would buy like an old compilation CD.
Yeah,
you'd be like, well, here's Punkorama 1. And
I literally have Punkorama 1.
Sure you
and
do.
2.
I probably got it.
I got one with the fucking foil wrap still over top of it.
I probably got it from you.
Yeah, but you guys in comedy are doing that for each other.
But I'll
right
check
now.
every band out, or I'll check every comic out that this person's talking about, right? Like,
yeah, and if there's somebody you don't like it. But if there's somebody you do like, you check out all their shit. You tell all your friends about it.
And now it's so accessible. You check out 85 fucking YouTube videos and be like, this guy's fucking great.
It's so accessible.
You can go on Instagram and just watch 30-second clips that are just set up punchline jokes. You're like, I love this comic because they're just doing the best shit.
Yeah.
And that's like I did. I did Casting Couch with Mark Norman a couple weeks ago.
Tell your story. I got questions.
Well, I've gotten to know Mark Norman a little bit.
But you were doing Casting Couch with Mark Norman.
I did Casting Couch just because I was there and I was filming it, and they pulled my name, and then like the idea of Casting Couch is like Kill Tony, but the comics on the couch get to interrupt your set. So like you go up, you do a 5-minute set, and they get to interrupt and roast you and make fun of you.
While you're in the middle of your
of a joke. Yeah, you're in the middle of a joke and they can interrupt.
And then you got to finish the joke?
You got to keep doing the joke, yeah.
That's got to be a nightmare.
So I get called up and I do it, and I'm telling all my jokes. I'm making fun of myself. Mark Norman's making fun of me. Tyler Moore. I know Tyler. I know Rob Mayo I've known for years. I know Tyler Morrison. I've met Mark Norman a few times. But they're all roasting me. I had the best set of the night because I just kept riffing off their a lot of my
like an Eminem deal.
Well, a lot of my comedy is self-deprecating anyway, so I'm just making fun of
myself. That's the best way to go about it.
You can't hurt me. I'm just gonna make fun of myself anyway. So we're just doing that. We're going back and forth, but like that whole thing was just like I got to work with one of the best comics working right now.
Yeah.
But he's just a dude. Like, we're in the same industry. Yeah. Like, he came up to me before the show even started. He's like, hey, you got a laptop? I was like, I don't have a laptop. He's like, ah, shit. I was like, you running this thing? I'm like, I'm running the cameras. Like, my girlfriend was a big fan, and I was like, hey, meet my girlfriend. He's like, hey, nice to meet you. Like, he's just a super nice guy. Like,
yeah.
Yeah, and he's one of the best comics. Mark Norman's one of the best working.
No, but okay, so now I'm gonna jump right in. To me, Casting Couch is a porn thing.
Well, that's what
I was thinking.
Yeah, Casting Couch. That's where they stole the name from. Yeah, they stole the name from there.
My cousin was on a porno.
So Casting Couch is yours. You want to know what? Actually, stop.
You
want to know what? Stop right now. You want to know what? Your cousin was on a porno.
Well, I was.
How about your trip to L.A.?
We can talk about that. Yeah.
Right hand man.
The right hand.
Yeah. So we don't have to talk about right.
You can set it up. You can set it up. Yeah.
No. But what I'm saying is you're no stranger to the porn industry.
I've been around, Rain. You're a young lad.
No, but how does Casting Couch come up? Is that your deal?
No, Casting Couch is like a show they started in Toronto. Rob Mayu, who's a friend of mine.
Yeah.
They started. It's kind of like a Kill Tony scenario where it's like comics will do 5-minute set. And they get to, like, 3 comics will sit on a couch and they just interrupt. And that's just, they call it Casting Couch because of the porn thing.
It was because of the porn
of
thing.
course, yeah. It's like it's a throwback to that or whatever.
Yeah.
Because of the old Casting Couch porn
Oh,
shows.
fuck. You know how many memes, everything comes
Yeah, so they throw a couch on the stage and then they sit, like, they do it every Sunday.
Is there, like, cum stains all over
No,
it?
like, they do it. It's
There
like
should be.
It's a Sunday show. They do it every.
You like stand up and cushion sticks to you?
It's a Sunday show.
It's a Sunday show. They do it every Sunday, I think, and or like once off on Saturday, because that's what the Mark. But like, if a good comic's in town, like Mark Norman was doing
They'll do it whatever.
Danforth.
They'll do it on Wednesday and pretend it's Sunday.
Yeah, right. So like Norman was there, and he did his show at the Danforth, and then after they brought him over, and they were like, do Casting Couch, and then I got to do a spot on that, which was fun because like they had like probably like maybe like almost 100 comics showed up to put their name in the bucket because they just draw names out of the bucket
To get in on that.
to get in on it.
Yeah.
But because I'm buddies with Rob and with Tyler, I knew I was getting on, and like third comic in, I'm in the back, I'm trying to find a battery, and then Rob's like, this next comic, he might be retarded. Tyler Shazma.
Yeah, well, you're getting on not to be like glorified.
I'm just
You're
another
probably
guy.
gonna get fucking vilified or fucking
Maybe, but like
You don't
also
know.
I did well, so I did get glorified.
Yeah,
Because I
man.
did a good
yeah, but
job.
that's on you.
Yeah, the two
That's
guys
you
before
being
me, they
smart.
bombed. I just did a good job.
Yeah.
And Mark liked me, and I know Tyler, I know Rob, so everybody, we had a good time. But like, it was rigged, obviously.
What, the fact you got on
The
there?
fact that I got on was rigged.
Yeah, but the rest of the show was not rigged.
some of it was.
But nobody. Oh yeah.
Well,
the
it's-
lines.
Not the lines, but who they brought up.
Yeah, but the only thing people care about is the lines.
Yeah, the lines were all real. Like Mark Norman said, I looked like the white Beetlejuice,
Yeah.
which is an old Howard Stern reference.
Yeah, well,
I'm sure you get.
No, I definitely get it.
You don't get it. You know what Beetlejuice is?
Yeah.
No, but
The little black Beetlejuice?
I know.
Yeah, I know Beetlejuice.
You want to sit? You want to sit and talk about Beetlejuice to me? I know Beetlejuice as Michael Keaton Beetlejuice.
No Beetlejuice.
I know
from
Beetlejuice
Stern.
from Howard Stern, and I also know Beetlejuice as the mayor of Chicago. Because I'm a political motherfucker.
But what Norman was saying that I was the white Beetlejuice, so meaning the
And I
Stern
could,
Beetlejuice.
I can see. I definitely get that.
And then the other joke.
However,
The other joke he said was, I was the only Christmas elf that works on toxic toys.
yeah, but the Island of Misfit toys.
Yeah.
Fuck, man, we could make a whole series. When you mentioned that earlier, I was like, we could make a whole series of about fucking.
But it was fun.
This guy reminds me of the
reminds me of something.
the elf in that wants to be a dentist and he doesn't want to be
the
an
gay
elf.
What the fuck?
I said that the other day. I was like, "Hey, can you guys bring me a cigarette?"
Bring me Where's the cigarette crew?
Stop shooting at us. No, comedy right now is so like late 80s, early 90s.
There's a
like
there's
rock and
a
roll.
boom again. Yeah, there's a boom like there was in the late 80s, early 90s.
but this it wasn't even about comedy back then. It was about the way the music was. But now
But
this
there was
is like
a comedy boom there then too, though. There was a comedy boom.
but it was a sensational boom. Like
Right.
it was like you had to be Eddie Murphy. Like we talked about.
But
this
there was
already.
clubs everywhere. People knew comedy existed more than they did in the early 80s.
Yeah, but this is like the renaissance of comedy.
Yeah, it's coming
Per
back.
se.
It is coming back to like a renaissance, like
And to be honest with you,
comics are the last philosophers of the world.
yeah, but
right?
to be honest with you, for me as a intaker, I much rather listen to comics have conversations than listen to them do their comedy.
I'd rather listen to the act. I like the podcast thing and the conversation thing.
No, but
Are you a stand-up guy?
I
Do you like
love
stand-up?
listening
Are you
to. I love listening to comics have conversations
about comedy?
about
Anything.
anything.
Yeah.
Anything. But the problem is that I wish I could get a more unfiltered. Those are lethal fucking.
They're bad. We're getting shot at.
Yeah, no, those are.
I feel like
you want to know if that last one had hit. I wish I had glasses as big as
That
yours.
would hit you.
Yeah.
If that last one had hit me in the eye, I'd be blind right now.
I feel like
I'd be blind in one eye.
I mean, go twat.
No, but I'm serious. I love listening to comedians talk about.
World stuff.
No, just the way that their life interacts with the way the world is.
Well, I think comics are different than any other human. Like, we act differently.
Oh, you definitely do.
Are you a Stanhope guy?
I love stand-up
You like
comedy.
Doug?
I love to.
No, Doug Stanhope. Are you a Doug Stanhope guy?
I don't even that.
You know who Doug Stanhope is?
Nope.
Toddy.
Nope.
Toddy.
Todderita.
You gotta go watch every Doug Stanhope special now, tonight.
I will.
I'll give you homework.
When was he from?
Like the 90s into the late 90s, early 2000s.
Really?
Like big, like you don't know Doug Stanhope?
No, never heard of him.
You would love him.
Never heard of
He's
him.
up your alley. Everything you like everything you stand for.
Yeah, but you want to know what? And
He's like Bill Hicks without fucking. He's like Bill Hicks.
I'm trying not to bring up Bill
He's
Hicks.
Bill Hicks without cancer. Like he's fucking.
Yeah, I mean, who's that guy? Who's that guy we watch all his stand up from?
Who?
The Dennis Leary is basically.
He would steal shit.
No, Dennis Leary stole all of Bill Hicks.
But he was still Hicks shit. He was still Stanhope shit. He was still fucking Louis C.K.
He was really
shit.
funny, but yeah,
Today I'm on NyQuil and Sudafed.
a total fraud.
Total fraud.
Total fraud.
And I
knew
got
that.
big into
It's-
Hicks. Like when I was like 20, I got big into Bill Hicks. I read the books. I fucking would watch the
I
movies.
think Bill Hicks is Alex Jones. That's how far deep into the conspiracy
Yeah,
world I am.
he might be. I believe that too. I would believe
I
that.
think Bill Hicks faked his death and
Now he's
became Alex Jones.
Okay, I'll believe that. I'll believe it. Look at that feedback.
That's Bill Hicks.
That's Bill Hicks.
That's Bill. We didn't do anything different. Bill Hicks is like Todd.
I
Shut
believe
the
it.
fuck up.
I believe it. But if you
I
don't know
think
Doug
Bill-
Stanhope, go check out Doug Stanhope tonight.
Write this down.
Doug Stanhope.
Doug Stanhope.
Doug's.
I
You want
can't
me to write
believe
it
you don't
down?
know. Yeah, write it down, Rain.
Yeah.
Write it down. Doug Stanhope. I can't believe it. And the album Turning the Gun on Himself. Check that album out first.
It sounds like something I would be interested in.
Yeah, I think he would. He's one of my favorite comics.
Did he do a lot of blow?
Yeah.
Perfect. Really?
Yeah, like he's one of the best.
Ah, I
And
never.
My buddy Mace Scaloni got to open for him a bunch of times.
Really?
And on his album Turning the Gun on Himself, he's in the cover photo.
Oh, I fucked something up.
But just like he's
No, I
he's
can't hear
the
anything
most-
anymore. I can't hear anything anymore.
The most relevant comic we have, I think. And he just he lives in a small town in Brisbane, Arizona, on a compound with his fucking wife, who's
That's where he lives.
yeah. He just lives and he does.
I still can't hear anything.
He just-
I don't know. There we go.
He used to host the Man Show with Rogan. When Rogan hosted the Man Show, it was him and Stanhope.
Really?
And Stanhope,
I gotta fucking.
you gotta get in.
It seems like I'm not doing my homework.
Listen to every album, but start at Turning the Gun on Yourself is like his best album. Beer League Push was another great.
Barely legal.
Yeah.
I think we should make it fun. We're gonna go across America
That's
next
a
year.
porn category.
You want to know what? I don't want to interrupt you, but right now we're gonna fucking do a stand up. I'm gonna write 25 minutes. We're gonna do all across America
Let's do
tour next year called Beerly Illegal.
I'll do
Really?
it. I'll do it.
Oh,
I'm ready to go. I'm working on my album's coming out this year.
I'd love to. How can I be a part of that?
Well, when it's
Like
out.
I will literally, if my job is just to bring a bunch of people to cheer you on and fucking laugh at your jokes, I'll do that.
Well, I gotta figure out where I'm gonna do it. I think I might do it in Hamilton, or I'm gonna do it up in Bracebridge, but might do it in Hamilton. I'm gonna do it this year though, because it's been 10 years.
Like these Nerf guns, that's pretty lethal.
There's a Nerf war going on.
Yeah, but they're not just like Nerf guns that hit you. They fucking hurt. I
I
can't
got
believe.
shot in the throat by those fuckers.
So you think you're doing it in Hamilton?
I think I'll maybe Hamilton. Like I love Levity Comedy Club's my club. Like
Levity.
Levity Comedy Club in Hamilton.
Lemmy.
My buddy opened that club. It used to be a Yuck Yucks, and they used to have a
Is
claw.
Yuck Yuck still a thing?
Yuck Yucks is still a thing, but it's not the stranglehold market it used to be.
Good.
So I showcased for Yuck Yucks.
That was a clean club, wasn't it?
It wasn't clean necessarily, but they had a stranglehold on how you could work in Canadian comedy. So Yuck Yucks, if you
Oh, there
work,
we go.
if you worked for
And
Yuck
it wasn't
Yucks,
Rick Moranis.
no, if you worked for Yuck Yucks, you couldn't work for anyone else. Like you were Yucks or nothing, and if you worked for anyone else, you had to give them 10% of whatever you made.
Really?
And they had all these rules and shit. And I showcased for Yucks, and Mark Breslin, the owner of Yuck Yucks, he shook my hand. He said, "You're funny. We'll give you, we'll test you out and give you paid weekend spots at the Hamilton Club." So I worked for Yuck Yucks for a little bit.
That seems like a middle finger gig.
It was a little bit, but I worked for Yuck Yucks, and I got a couple paychecks signed by Yuck Yucks, and I got them, but they never signed.
Did you save him?
No, I spent them. I needed beer.
I would love if somebody signed.
I might
a
took a
paycheck
picture
that-
of it.
You want to know? I literally work for Selford, and I feel like they sign it with Yuck Yucks every week.
Yeah, well, like a lot of there's guys who do that. They save their first Yuck Yucks or their first paid comedy gig.
I don't mean save it. I just mean take a picture of it. Definitely spend the money.
I spent the
Definitely
money. I needed the
fucking
money.
I know.
I
Fuck
paid
it.
my
Who
rent.
doesn't need the money?
But I like. But after that gig, they were like, "We're gonna try you and my buddy Michael Moses."
I'm out of bullets.
And Mike ended up signing with Yuck Yuck. So it was like they were trying us both out, and then he ended up signing with
Yeah,
them.
but once he signs with them, then he's strictly
Then
with them.
he's with them as a franchise, but he's not making a lot of money.
No, but can he go anywhere else?
If he does, he owes them money. It's like a
Right.
weird contract. But
That's fucked.
I don't even think
That's fucked.
But Moses is a good dude, and I think he's like in the process of
Who the Yuck Yucks guy?
he did Yucks for a bit, but he's in the
No,
process
no, but
of
what I'm
moving.
saying is
Anybody.
he got screwed over.
A little bit, but like I work the independent clubs and I make my money here and there. But anyways, what I was saying about Levity in Hamilton,
Yes.
my buddy Pat Coppolino, once Yucks pulled out of there, like somebody pulled the franchise because they're a franchise. That's how they work. Somebody pulled that, and there's a clause in that franchise that you can't open another comedy club in the same space within a 5-year period or whatever. My buddy Pat was like, "Fuck that! I'm opening a club here," and he opened an independent club, Levity Comedy Club, in the same space, and it's become like our clubhouse. Like I go there anytime.
And he's not feared any retribution?
No, he gets comics from the States. He gets.
Yeah, but have they not come back on him?
Well, they told him, yeah, he could never work for Yucks again. Because he used to work for Yucks. And he's like, fuck you.
Yucks will never open again.
He doesn't care. Like, he used to be...
But not-
You know Tom Green? He used to be Tom Green's opener.
Okay, yeah.
And now he gets Tom Green to come to his club. Like, he's like, I don't care. I know everybody. Like, I don't need Yucks.
Yeah.
Like, I can open my own club. I can run
Yeah,
a
but
club
it's
on
not a
weekends.
city thing. It's not something that he's in any kind of contract with any kind of government.
No, because there's no other Yucks in Hamilton. There's
Right.
no Yucks in Hamilton right now. There's a Yucks
Yeah.
in Burlington. My buddy Manolis, who works...
And Yucks are just living to pay the fucking hydro on their signs
Yeah,
right now.
right. They're just paying their signs, and they told my buddy Manolis, they're like, you can work any club but Burlington. So he's like,
They're doing all the bachelorette parties.
yeah, they're doing the
And they can
bachelorette
keep 'em.
parties, and they can keep them, and it's like Pat has great shows at Levity, and he books and he gets guys like me. Like I can go work there, and I can make $150 on a weekend. Like I know $150 isn't a lot, But I go there and I MC or I middle, and I make $150, $200 on a weekend. It's a great weekend for me. And I get to have fun with my friends and work in a club where like it's run by comics and they run it well. So all my buddies are there. I go hang out there. I go there on a Wednesday. Wednesdays are amateur night, and like it's all my friends are hanging out.
Don't fucking shoot that at me. When's the last time you did anything in a Nerf war?
Right now.
Like, have you got hit in the back of the head yet?
A couple times. But I'm just letting it fly. It's a Nerf war. But yeah, like if you have a chance to see a comedy show, go to Levity Comedy Club in Hamilton because like
I would love to.
That place is fucking like my home club.
In all honesty,
I love that place.
In all honesty, in everything I've done as far as spending money and fucking seeing shit, I honestly believe the next thing I need to do is go see one of your shows.
You're fucking right, you do.
And that is tomorrow night. I can't do it tomorrow night. I'm doing 3 podcasts tomorrow.
Tomorrow night.
You want to know what? If this podcast ever bears any kind of fucking traction, I've been trying to do podcasts for 3.5 years. I got a few out, and I'm actually happy with what we got out. I'm happy with what we got out, but tomorrow I'm running 3, and they're not comedy always. Like
they don't have to be.
And some of them aren't even funny, and we try to be funny. But you have a show in Hamilton tomorrow night.
Yeah, at Staircase Theater on Dunduran, and I have that tomorrow. But I got shows more down the road. I got
well, you brought them up, but I honestly believe the next time I go to a comedy show, I got to go see one of yours.
Yeah.
Now, would it bother you knowing I was going, or just me showing up?
I don't give a fuck.
Nice.
I don't care who's there.
Cheers to that, brother. Cheers to that.
Honestly, like I've done like a lot of times, I don't care who shows up. I do shows for anybody.
Yeah.
Once I'm up there, I'm doing my thing. I don't care who hears it. Like I got jokes that are like, I got a joke right now that I love. So here's my favorite joke I'm doing right now.
Yeah, to make one.
I won't even do the whole joke, but it's about how I moved in with my dad, and like, I love my dad. I moved in with my dad.
I love your dad.
He's great. But I go, when I moved in with my dad, we're both single, so it's a bachelor pad. I'm single in my 30s, he's single in his 60s, so we're doing things different. My dad, he started, I was on all the dating apps and shit when I moved in, and my dad, he just started hanging porn in the kitchen.
Can only you start doing that?
Because he did. It was like an old Budweiser ad behind the cupboard door. You're going to make coffee in the morning. Oh, there's some chick bent over a Cadillac. Great, Dad. Now I got to make coffee with a boner.
Hey, at least you don't need to use a spoon to stir your coffee.
Right? You think that's bad? Well, here's where the joke goes. And so I go, you think that's bad? You guys think that's bad? My grandpa's still alive. And he just keeps prostitutes in the fruit cellar. And I go, that's just a joke. My grandpa's not alive.
But the prostitutes.
And neither are those prostitutes. And I go, that's a dead hooker joke. You can't do a dead hooker joke, no?
My whole Twitter account was all about dead hooker jokes.
I love dead hooker jokes.
I love dead hooker jokes.
And like, my dad, your grandfather.
I love dead hooker jokes.
I love dead hooker jokes. So I've been doing this dead hooker joke, and everybody loves it. It gets a big laugh every night, but I'm like, that's not real. The porn part is real. My dad...
And the dead hookers are no longer alive.
Neither is those dead hookers.
They're deader than dead.
I love dead hooker jokes.
And like,
my whole Twitter account, before all
and
of
to
this...
get away with one now is so good.
Oh, no, I'm not talking now. I'm just talking like early 2015, like before 2015.
I followed you.
Oh, fuck, man.
I love a good dead hooker
I
joke.
love a good dead hooker joke.
So like I wrote one and it's like it's written well and like part of it's real. Like honestly, that Budweiser calendar that my dad had in the kitchen. So I've been doing this part of the joke too. I told him it was weird, so he took it down and he framed it and he hung it above his bed. Which is real. That's a real thing. He's in love with this woman. She's basically my stepmom.
No, that's awesome.
But we do jokes. That's what I do. We do jokes.
Yeah, but you want to know what? It's, in all honesty, as much of a heyday comedy is in right now, you guys are in a...
It's fine.
No, but there's like a political correctness that you... It's like some people cross that threshold,
Right.
and it's actually funny, even though you don't mean it. It's like, but we grew up that way, and everybody grew up that way.
I think we.
You literally.
I've been doing a joke lately.
You can't literally watch Superbad right now and not be a fucking piece
But I think
of shit.
we're on the way around. We're like we got to this place.
I want to be a.
We're coming around. I'm bringing retard back.
I would definitely love to bring retard back.
We're bringing retard back because
I would definitely.
and gay. You can call people gay again. You can say retard. But the joke.
I think we're bringing it back. Do you think we're bringing it back?
Well, it depends how you do it. So the joke I'm doing now.
Yeah.
Hi.
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 No, I want.
So I've been doing a joke lately where I.
No. I'm listening.
That's okay.
10 minutes for fucking time gone. Amy, get the fuck out of there.
No.
Well, like
I
with
wanted
the
to bring
language barrier, there's a language barrier,
Yeah.
and what I'm like, you have to find the loophole of how to do it. So I've been doing it as I've.
Is there a loophole?
If you call Nazis retards, then you'll get away with it.
There's a loophole. There's a loophole.
And you're like, because like if you're a Nazi, then you're obviously retarded.
If anybody wants to argue with that, you're fucked
You
up.
can't fight me on that.
If you argue with that, you're a Nazi.
Or a retard.
We're gonna end the pod at that, right? That's a fucking great
Well,
ending.
we're ending
Thank
the
you. I definitely want you to come back on.
Yeah, let's do a
with
real
it.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
This
not
is
gonna.
real.
No,
Put
this
it
is
out,
real.
put it out, yeah.
No, but I'm gonna fucking hit
He's
the pause
probably not
button.
gonna put